Hey everyone, it's Ellison Netra, the modern day sage, and I wanted to share a very transparent moment with y'all, especially when it comes to, chasing your dreams. Um, for the past few days, well, I've noticed that I've made quite a few major shifts in my life. And I know, and see, this is the crazy thing about it, where these major shifts are substantial gains. Like, if I'm really realistic about it and just looking at it from that standpoint, like, I've made some huge accomplishments. But because I see the bigger picture, it almost feels like it's one step back from my true heart's desires. And this is where I'm getting really emotional about, because I'm making some moves in my life, and they are moves. I'm not stagnant at all, but it's almost like a dream killer. And I know this isn't going to be, and see, that's, like I said, this is where the tricky thing comes in, because it's what I see is not in alignment to what I know, or what I naturally see isn't in alignment to what I spiritually see for my life. And that's like almost in a sense heartbreaking, but I'm still trusting that, because and like I said, this trust, and this is getting kind of tricky, because what I see spiritually is almost like making me question, am I delusional? And I'm coming into a crisis of faith when it comes to my dreams. And this is very a transparent moment for me. I believe in freedom. I believe in doing what you love to do and being successful at it, even in a financial sense when it comes to this material realm. That's what I believe. Just being happy, having the freedom to just be you, and to experience you in all its fullness and richness, in its abundance, and letting prosperity follow by being you. That's what I believe in. And in translation to my personal beliefs, I see myself being a very, very, very successful spiritual advisor, healer, and intuitive life coach. And so much more than that. I see myself in the spiritual realm like something crazy. Something crazy, even when it translates to this earthly realm. I see my business prospering. I see people coming to me for help, and me genuinely helping them, and still getting paid for what I love to do. And the spiritual help that I have to offer really moves mountains. I believe that for my life. And, I've seen a glimpse of that, even in a state of not having that prosperity follow. I've seen a glimpse of my gift to this plane, my gift to this world. And, I believe in myself. I just want others to believe that I can help them. And that hasn't come into full alignment like I like to. There are some, but not to the scale that I've seen it. And even when it comes to making money, I want to make money by doing what it is that I love to do. I had to make a choice to work in this physical realm and what had been offered to me. And I knew, I didn't see, that's what I said. Like, I knew that me working for this company will have substantial moves, even spiritually. It would be a small gain. But spiritually, the impact would be huge. Ironically, my friend, she offered me a job at Haagen-Dazs working for her cousin. And maybe I shouldn't say the name, but I already said it, so there's no way to bleep this out. There's no way to bleep this out. So, it was meant for me to say. You know, a lot of times, like, in my spirit, my ego kind of flared up, like, this is, no, it was joy at first. Like, yes, okay, I just had a conversation to all my spiritual team and everybody who I was supposed to check in with about what was coming up for me when it comes to working in this physical realm, and finally being a little bit more realistic about, making money in this physical realm to push forward. Because I was sitting for a very long time, still believing in my gifts, and still, in a sense, making, income, but not how I needed to steadily flow in. So, therefore, I sacrificed in the name of purpose. And that was like, at first, okay, I'm excited. But then reality started sinking in. This is not my dreams. I've always said that I was done working for a corporation. Haagen-Dazs is a huge corporation. Even when it comes to who I am as a spiritual being, as you see right now, I have my hair covered. And I cover my hair during certain times because it's spiritually needed. It's spiritually needed. Like, I really believe that your hair holds a lot of power, and they are receptors. So right now, at this particular time, I need it. I don't know if it's because we are in a winter phase and this is the underworld. I don't know if it's because I'm working at a mall with a lot of people's energy that I really don't need right now. I don't know what it is. But right now, I'm covering my hair. And Haagen-Dazs, I was stopped one day while working. This is honest. And maybe I'm gonna make a rise about this, because when it comes to somebody's spirituality and individuality, why are you trying to make them conform? What works for you does not work for me, and it can't work for me because I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit different. I'm not like everybody else. So you tell me I can't cover my hair. You tell me that I can't cover my hair. Oh, we're going to make this work some way or another. But I am going to find a way to cover my hair, because it's not about you. It's not about your corporation. It's not about conforming. It's about what works for me. And if I'm going to help you out, you're going to have to work with me. For real. And I knew that it was for a bigger purpose, though. Ironically, y'all might not see it like this, but I find this very, very profound, that across from this Haagen-Dazs stand, I stand across Santa, which I stopped believing and celebrating in. Christmas. But here it is. I stand across from another thing that I don't believe in, yet I still stand there. Because I know it's for purpose. Ironically, I'm across from the guy who's checking the list. Not only once, but twice. Making sure who's been naughty or nice. And I have come across a lot of naughty people spiritually. And please believe that if that's your job, guess what, Santa? I'm mirroring exactly what you're doing, because I'm checking who's naughty and nice as well spiritually. I feel people's spirit. I feel people's spirit. And some people's spirit is not nice. It's not nice at all. And that hurts to see. There's people out here that has really messed up energy for no apparent reason. You somehow allow your heart to become cold. And I know there's also good people. Even in their conversation, even in their openness. So, you can't judge people by a group, because everyone is different. Everyone is different. There are some Caucasian people, like, it's been a huge race war. It's been a huge race war against people of a different skin color, grouping with their kind. There are the exception, and we all know this, but it still exists. There are some people who will look at you with the unbiased, only based on your heart. Like children. Children knows people's heart. They don't look at your skin color. They really don't. They feel your spirit. And I can honestly say that my love is pure and innocent, because I'm not looking at people because of their skin color, although I know the biases that exist in this world when it comes to a certain people, not liking a certain people, or treating people a certain type of way because of their skin color. I know that bias exists. And I hear it even from those who are very close to me, and somehow try to make me conform to their belief, but I still can't. I still can't. I know I've come across a lot of good-hearted people of a different skin color, and they're very genuine and pure in heart. And I love them to death for it. And I would love them to life. I receive them open-heartedly because I know that their love is genuine and pure. But I've also experienced people with very, very cold hearts and who aren't genuine. And I know those people's spirits as well. Those of a different color, those of even the same color. I know those people's hearts. Why must you be like that? I don't understand. I don't understand. That I don't understand. I know that it exists, but why? Why have you allowed your heart to ever get to that point? To make you feel that you are better than anyone. Even money, your status can have people look down at you. And I know those people too. I know those people too. But I'm checking. And I know that's the reason why I am working at the company that I'm working for now. I know this But still, it's still no closer to my dream physically or in a materialistic realm. You know, it's like it's a huge step back because I'm experiencing these things, you know, but it still has to be done. It still has to be done. I know that it's a lot of people sitting here, and it's not in judgment. It's not in, but it's in, if it is judgment, it's their own judgment cast upon them. Because people know there's no excuse. People know now what it's really about. And if you're not operating like such, know that your judgment is coming. And it is the judgment that you have brought upon yourself because you know. There's a knowing. There's a knowing. And even with me venting right now, like I know, but I'm not seeing. And now I'm at a point spiritually, especially when it comes to my dreams. These steps back in the physical, they must come in alignment spiritually now. You have to show me because I'm operating in a way that I know, but I'm not seeing. And now you have to show me. Show me now. Seriously, show me. And I'm quite sure a lot of people are feeling this way. Who has done the inner healing. Yet we still remain patient. But now, what do you do? When you know, but you're not seeing. I don't know. Which brings me to this transparent moment. I don't know. Is it disillusionment? Being disillusioned? 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 I don't know. I know right now I'm detoxing physically and spiritually. I'm removing all the toxins of my temple and still trying to hold on, in a sense, to the things I know I need to let go of. I'm still eating cookies. While detoxing, taking detox pills, I'm still eating cookies. Maybe I'm letting this natural world get the best of me, but I know better. I know better because it's not serving me. So maybe with this release, I'm gonna eat an orange instead of a cookie next time. Seriously. As you can see in my skin, I'm detoxing. I'm getting bumps on my face because my body is releasing toxins. And it all started by increasing my water intake. One day, I felt the need to drink a gallon of water, and I did. So, if you're feeling stuck, drink water. Water will get things moving. It will clean out. It will cleanse you. It's written all over my face. The impurities are leaving my body. In a big way. This bump right here was huge. Had one. Well, still have them. On my chin. Right here underneath my lip. But the good thing about working at the company I work for, I work around a lot of younger people. A lot of high school kids, you know? And as I feel like this, I know that I come in as a secret agent because I'm right across from Santa. Like, I'm a secret agent. And I'm going to share this with y'all. Watching and looking and seeing and also teaching. And also being an encouragement to these high school kids and just listening to them. Because there's a lot of people just not listening to kids and asking them their opinion because they think they know better. I'm asking these kids, like, for real, they, you know what? I blend in very nicely. I blend in very nicely with these kids with a little bit more wisdom, even though they are already wise, but because of the way that society ranks them lower, they doubt themselves. So I just listen. I ask questions and I listen, and I enjoy talking to these kids. I enjoy being around them, being around their energy sometimes, even though, like, some of them are, like, you can tell there's a little ignorance there. Like, okay, what is wrong with you? You still have a good heart, but you about to be messed up if you don't chill out. And that could go any kind of way. No, I'm just playing. I really don't. No, I mean, like, seriously, for their life. Like, their beliefs are just a little off where, you know, you going down the wrong path. Let's not go that route. Let's change our way of beliefs very quickly because you're still young. But there's a lot that are very, very mature individuals. And when we get to talking, you know, I just love to hear people's reaction. I'm not gonna lie. When I tell them that I'm 33. One girl who was very genuine in her her response. Like, they all been genuine. They've all been very genuine in their response. But this one girl in particular, she said she was quaking. Like, she stopped and was looking like lost for life. She was like, oh my God, I thought you were 19. I was like, that's the first. 19? Oh, thank you. I received that. I received it. 19. She said she thought I was 19 and she was quaking. And I was like, okay. And she was 16 and she looked a lot older. She looked very mature for her age. But she's a very bright young lady and her future is bright. Her future, she's so open and the world is still in her hands. You know, very genuine. The more genuine you are, the more, like, the sun is shining. It was kind of dark out, but now the sun is shining. I can't flip the camera. Oh, look, it stopped shining. The sun started shining when I said that because it's true. Her future is bright, and it's a lot of everyone's future is bright. But people's response, 22 at the oldest. When one girl found out, she had this twinkle in her eye, like she was bewildered, and she kind of had her head to the side like, wow, I would have never guessed that. Like, she was like astonished. And I know that's the presence of being divine, and I receive it. So I know my purpose. But when is my purpose gonna like really show out? No, I'm just kidding. I'm serious. When is my purpose really gonna show out? Everyone is divine. Everyone is divine. Everyone. And everything and every situation that you meet is divine. And I believe that. I know that. So maybe the disillusionment is this world, and I know that. That's the crazy thing, but the veil is still there. Maybe because, this is the underworld per se. And I know this is the second time me saying it, and I'm going to explain this to y'all. Especially a lot of Christians who believe hell to be a place of fire and burning and gnashing of teeth. But did they say fire? Did they say burning? I don't know. I want to look up that verse. Because if it specifically says fire, but what my heart is telling me, that's not hell. Hell is not a pit of, and it says it though, a pit of flames. I feel, in all honesty, we have been here on hell. We're in hell. We are in hell because in that process, because it also says in that process of being burnt by flames, you're being purified. And a lot of people say life is hell. You're going through hell. You're going through hell. You're going through hell. People spoke that. You're going through hell. We're going through hell. We're going through hell. This life here is like hell. That's because it's a burning process. But the underworld, I know this sounds crazy, but you can believe what you want to believe. But with the little facts included in this, the underworld is cold. When things are cold, it has no life. When people's hearts are cold, they are emotionless. They have no concern for the others. It's all about themselves. And that, we're in a time of where it's cold. This is winter. And during this phase, you reflect. You reflect. And a lot of things may come up during this time. A lot of things may come up during this time where you need to face your demons and reflect to bring forth light during the spring. Like, I understand that life has cycles, and this may not be the time to see any substantial gain. So answering my question. What to do? Reflect. If you are in the position that I am in, when it comes to your dreams, now is the time to reflect. Really, really, really reflect and release. Detox. Know the truth. Even when you're not seeing it. Just know. Continue to know. Because life has its cycles. If it stayed the same, then it's something wrong. It's stagnant. But life has its cycles. This is the season where things die. When it gets cold. So, spring can come. Like, I'm mad about that. I'm mad about that. It's okay. That's life. Maybe it's meant to get mad so things can change. Well, now that I spoke the issues of my heart, I feel a lot freer. And I do hope that this helps someone. Right now, I'm just chilling, sitting in the woods, sitting in the parking lot in the woods, facing the woods, and reflecting because I've been called to meditate. To meditate and to just speak right now. I guess I'm feeling a lot more grounded. I'm just only sharing my life because maybe what helps me may help you. You know, nature always helps. For me. It may be something else for you. Get back to your element. If you don't know what that is, try different things. And see what works for you. See? Feel better? I do. So, I'm going to get back to life. Drink some water. Continue to reflect. Continue to push through what I know. Speaking of, I want to get back to these kids before I go. These kids are phenomenal. Please open up to listen to them and to even listen to their hearts. Because not everyone is in a circumstance that, produces greatness. Some of these kids are fighting through a lot. These kids are struggling because of what life has to offer them. So just listen. You'll learn a lot from children, from kids, from the younger generations. And I don't mean no disrespect when I call them kids, because, they're young adults. But I don't want to be there. I know I have to serve a purpose, or I am serving purpose. I am. Just being able to blend in lets me further know I'm headed somewhere. I can blend in amongst any people and still feel like I belong, even though I don't feel like it. Like I feel so like a fish out of the water. Like, what am I doing here now? But I continue to do what I do. And by me looking young like I do, these kids probably be thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna let this girl outwork me, girl. If you only knew. I done did this a few times. So we gonna keep this pushing. We not gonna lollygag. Come on, let's move it. Y'all don't clean up. I know what y'all rooms look like. Y'all got food and plates on dressers. Your room is nasty. I know it. I'm just saying. So, they be, it'd be up in their game. They'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna let this new girl outdo me. I'm gonna work hard too. So that's the truth. Blend right on in. I had these kids, these children, these young adults, up their game a little bit and bring out that greatness, And I know spiritually it's serving its point too, where there may be any traces of chaos in their life. I've come to clean that up. And that goes for everyone that's there. Any traces of chaos, I've come to clean that up spiritually. One girl, I felt spirit, and I felt her ancient shaman in her ancient healer through her grandmother. I felt her grandma's presence. And I told her. And I wanted to tell her, but it was like, don't reveal too much of who you are. But I did. I told her, after she said it, that her grandmother was a gypsy. And I was like, I know. I already know. I feel it. Your grandma already made her presence known. I mentioned something about her grandma, and that's what kind of brought that about. So, I don't know why I'm dissatisfied. I don't feel like I'm too big. Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm too big for certain things. But I'm not. Because I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway. And I do enjoy what I do. Sometimes. Because I be feeling like, man, I'm too old for this. I want to be relaxing. I want to be doing some sprinkling some magic out here in a headquarters somewhere with cauldrons and lights. I don't know. Probably not like that, but you get the picture. That's what I want to do. So, thank you for sharing. Yes, and I am saying thank you for sharing. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to share, because I was going to sit here in misery. Thank you for listening. And I hope that, this somehow resonates to someone in what they're going through right now. Because, even just talking about how you feel, it helps. Especially if you suffer from depression. Depression is a huge thing around this time of year. There is a disorder that they put a name on, seasonal something depression. Yes, and the acronyms are sad during this time, and I get it, because we're in the underworld. We're in the underworld, and if you don't channel that energy correctly, it will get the best of you. A lot of people may be feeling depressed, but those who are working on self-love know exactly what is needed to get through times like this. Some people may need to be extra loving towards themselves, with massages or pedicures or pampering themselves, like whatever it takes in the physical, or even more meditation or a spiritual practice that you do to keep you focused. You have to know what to do to cope during certain times of the year or certain seasons. We are in the darkest time of the year, and I keep skipping over this point about being in the underworld. We're in the darkest time of the year. December 21st marked the first day of the winter solstice. Ironically, I wanted to start to detox. Allow this time to be used for that purpose, to detox what is not needed in your life, or to let go of anything that is not needed, to make room, to pull the weeds out along the way, to make room for what will come forth in the spring. So, detox. Water is very cleansing. I'm taking herbs as well, and I'm still trying to let go of the cookies. Letting go of meat once and for all. I have to. Meat has very devastating effects to my being that I am not willing to sacrifice on behalf of just eating meat. Every time I eat meat, I've said that bad things happen, and it's a belief that's ingrained in my system to where it's really showing me proof that anytime I eat meat, things don't go right. There be arguments, there be circumstances that comes about in the result of me eating meat, because I've spoken over myself already to release it for my spiritual gain, for the gain of my temple. Because I believe that, not eating flesh somehow elevates your way of thinking. I believe that you are able to think a lot more clear, and that the vibrations of the animals that you're eating affects you, because they were obviously it's a strong enough belief in that to believe on how they treat these animals, and we're ingesting their fear. I believe that, because it's been proven to me time and time again every time I eat meat. The way that these animals are being done is really messed up. And that's another issue of my heart. I believe in that. Am I doing anything actively to help the situation out? No. I'm trying to not eat meat because I feel the effects of it, but that's coming. I'm coming for that too. I'm coming for that. That has to stop. That has to stop. The slaughtering of life like that, it's meaningless, has to stop. I had a brother that was murdered, and I became very numb to that. I had a cousin, my brother's Ace Boone Coon went before my brother did, was murdered in his apartment, answered the door. And got shot up. I become numb to that. My mama's firstborn son, only son, is not here because his life was taken. My auntie, my mama's sister, my mama's youngest sister, her son, Her only son is not here. Life is precious. Life is precious. And people are out here taking lives senselessly. That has to stop. I'm coming for that too. I'm coming for all of that. Coming for all of that. But this right now, it's about these corporations. This medicine. I stand against that. That's given to these people, saying that it's gonna cure you. They try to make me believe that, I have to take a medication in order to somehow alleviate depression, anxiety. That wasn't it. I tried it as long as I could. I've never taken any medication longer than a month. Couldn't. And then that true belief wasn't there. I even considered it, but I couldn't. My body wouldn't let me. The way that my mindset would not let me. I'm coming for that too. My son, a victim of the hospitals. I'm coming for all of that. I'm coming for all of that. I used to want to be a nurse, working in the hospital. Spiritually, wouldn't let me because I can't somehow finish my degree. Because of circumstances. I can't. So it's been a halt there. That dream was a dead end. It was a dead end. And how some people still may try to encourage me to do it. Even me, in a sense, like, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not. Well, I can't say that because I might have to go undercover. Might have to go undercover. But I've already done it. Not to the where I wanted to, where it was like too deep in. But now, I might have to go back that route. I don't know. But I'm still coming for it. These corporations telling me what to do, telling people what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. No. People are going to be themselves at the end of the day. You're not paying me enough money to change who I am. You got to pay me. And even then, I'm still going to do what I want to do. Coming for all these corporations, this corruptness in the world, even the government. The position that I'm in, I could really gain from government assistance. That's not what I want. Because I'm coming for that. I'm coming for all of that. And you never know when. You never know how. Because my weapons are not of this world. I had to share that. And I hope everyone aligns to their spiritual purpose and mission. I'm even coming from the music industry. I'm even coming for the music industry. Coming for it all. I'm going to step my foot in every last institution that I've mentioned to cause some change, because I even spoke over myself a long time ago before I even knew of my anointing. I said, every relationship that I've been in, somehow I created change in that situation for people to really see themselves, even for me to see myself. because I'm in relationship with myself as well, because I love myself. I cause change, and I guarantee you that I'm coming for these industries. I am not being conformed to anything, and that has to cease. Conforming, that has to cease. People should be allowed to be themselves, even if it is messed up. But if they were not a product of their environment, it wouldn't be. Their natural state is perfect. Everyone's natural state is perfect. So, with that being said, thank you. I'm out.